Hi everybody, Larry Graves here. Now, this is a book I've had for over a year. It's very heavy. And I did do a video on it on my Canadian Studmuffin channel over a year ago. But with this channel, I can be a little more relaxed and not worry about the length of the video because, as you know, some people their attention span, especially these days, isn't very good. And, well, right away, look at this picture here. I've never seen it before until I got this book. And this cost $60 US, but I believe when I bought it, it was, I think it was something like $20. It was on sale. And this is a new edition of the book. There was an older edition, of course. And this one says, this new edition has over 650 additional photos, many never published before. Lots of extra stories and some astonishing new discoveries. It is the most complete volume of information and images on the musical instruments. The Beatles used to create their sound on stage and in the studio. This landmark book is perfect for the fan absorbed by music rather than hairstyles, for the tribute band member with an eye for detail, and for any reader with an abiding interest in the 60s. And this is such a good book, and there's so much to read. I'm never going to read it all. I'll look at the pictures though, and I'll show you some of the pictures in 1 minute or two. But if I was a musician, this would be even more interesting. I mean, I'm just a Beatles fan, right? I don't really play any instruments, but I still find this very interesting to look at some of the gear they've used over the years. And I'm not sure, maybe I can grab the camera and do it this way for a change. Hopefully get the light out of the book. There's a foreword. So this is, even if you're not a musician, if you're a big Beatles fan, I highly recommend this book. And there's all kinds of ads for, and if you want to read anything, just pause the video, the instruments they played, and a Gallatin champion like the one John owned. And the detail is just amazing for this book. Of course, some photos I've seen many, many times, like that one. That was the day that John met Paul McCartney. There's George Harrison, and there's a guitar. Let's see what it says here. This Egmont 105 is similar to George's first guitar. Beatles go to Hamburg. And it showed, different amps that they used, ads for the amps, and the guitars, paperwork. This Premier Outfit 54 kit is similar to the one that Pete played. That's just letting me know that my laundry's done. But I mean, this is just the start of the book, right? And it's incredible. I could make like a 2-hour video on this, but I won't. When I went to Hamburg, I had the Rossetti, a really terrible British guitar with terrible action. It just fell apart on me. Just the heat in the club and the sweat made it fall apart. Paul McCartney. Here's Paul on the keyboards. Let's skip ahead a bit. There's, of course, Pete Best with Paul. There's the Beatlemania. There's, in January 1963, the Beatles acquired from the Jennings shop in London a pair of black-covered Vox AC30s, just like this one. The bug logo is a facsimile, how do you say that? Facsimile of the first Beatles logo that appeared on Ringo's Premier drum set. I would definitely say, of all the, like I've read a lot of Beatles books in my life, I would say this is most likely the very best one. And, I do read the stories, but like I said, there's so much reading material, I don't know if I'll ever get through it all. Ringo used this rare 5.5 by 14 Ludwig Jazz Festival snare drum for virtually every live show and recording from this time on. The drum has a manufacturing date stamped inside of April 18th, 1963. Here's Pete Best. Skip ahead a bit. Let's go. '64. George plays his Ramirez classical guitar during a break in the filming of A Hard Day's Night. Really skipping ahead now. And, one of the things, I think about the Beatles' popularity, and another reason why they're still, well loved today, is they were always, well, maybe not at the very beginning when they were in their suits, but afterwards, they were always cool looking. And even now, the pictures of them in 66, 67, 68, 69, they're always kind of cool looking. Focus, focus. There's the guitar that John, I guess, played for Hello Goodbye. John's Martin D28 acoustic guitar. Then we're into 1968. George Harrison's 1957 Gibson Les Paul. Eric Clapton gave this guitar to George in 1968. It originally had a gold top, but was refinished to a cherry red color. In the early 60s, the guitar, which George nicknamed Lucy, is still owned by his estate today. And in the end, the Beatles' seventh and last drop T logo drumhead, intended for use during filming at Twickenham for a movie as yet unnamed. So I guess that's for Let It Be. Wow, very different guitar. John played a Hofner lap steel guitar like this one for the recording of For You Blue. Let's see, there's the guitar there. John Lennon's 1964 Gibson. In 1968, John had stripped the psychedelic finish from this guitar, revealing the natural wood. During John and Yoko's second bed-in for peace in Montreal, Canada, John drew caricatures of himself and Yoko on the body of the guitar. The instrument is owned today by Yoko Ono. Rare photo of Paul and George in recording Abbey Road. And more rare photos. You might have seen this picture before. And I believe that is the end of it. Well, some more. This is John with the plastic Ono band. And we're at the end. So that's it. Beatles gear. All the Fab Four's instruments from stage to studio. Highly recommended. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.